Welcome into the Talkin Tide podcast on the Belly Up Podcast Network. I'm Chase Goodbread, sports columnist with the Tuscaloosa News, joined as always by Travis Reier, the longtime senior analyst at BamaOnline.com. You can get the Talkin Tide podcast at Apple or wherever you get your podcasts, including live on Facebook and YouTube as well. The Twitter feed is Talkin_Tide. You can get quick links to all of our podcasts twice weekly in the fall, as a matter of fact, right there on the Twitter feed. So give us a like, give us a subscribe on YouTube, give us a follow, and we will take you through this 2023 Alabama football season. I want to thank a couple of sponsors really quick. Peterbrook, chocolatier of Tuscaloosa, and Heat Pizza Bar, from which I'm broadcasting live here on a Sunday night, kind of balmy, little warm, but pretty pleasant Sunday night here in downtown Tuscaloosa from Heat Pizza Bar. Glad to be here as always. More on them later in the program. Travis, a pretty wild game on Saturday at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Alabama pulls out a victory 24-10. They were in the hole by a point, 7-6 at the half, but a big second half gets it done for the Crimson Tide, and they are now off to that 1-0 start in conference play.
Yeah, a game that had 34 total points. It felt like more, didn't it? Because there were ebbs and flows in that game, and Alabama obviously not getting off to the start offensively anyway that it would have liked with Jalen Milroe back in there behind center. But as it moved along, got some explosive plays from Jalen in the passing game, got a big special teams play, although that only paid off in 3 points, but the defense really from start to finish, with the exception of the one drive for Ole Miss there in the first quarter, lights out. When you consider the credentials that Ole Miss offensively came into this game with, and to see what Alabama was able to do defensively on Saturday afternoon, there's some areas of this Alabama team that haven't lived up to the hype by any means through 4 games, but I think the defense is at least starting to live up to what we thought it could be.
Yeah, big performance from the defense, especially in that second half. The pass rush just seemed to clamp down harder and harder and harder as the game went on. And, it was almost like the end of the Alabama loss to Texas reversed, right? Because toward the end of that game, when the running game was just no longer a factor for an Alabama team trying to come from behind by 2 scores, the Texas pass rush clamped down and finish things off. Just the opposite in Bryant-Denny Stadium against Ole Miss. It was the Rebels who were trying to come back from a couple of scores, run game really out of the picture late, and at that point, the pass rush pinned its ears back and just got harder and harder on Jackson Dart.
It did, and I thought Lane tried to sprinkle in the occasional run, but Alabama did a nice job on Quinshad Judkins and also Dart on the design runs, although the quarterback draw in the first quarter was an exception to that, where he had plenty of room to work on a 3rd and goal from the Alabama 10 to sort of just sashay into the end zone. But collectively, a strong effort, especially when you consider you lose Deontay Lawson pretty early in that game. But that platoon that Alabama had been working at inside linebacker with Kendrick Blackshire, with Shahad Campbell, and then also, of course, Trez Marshall, that was beneficiary to them because they were able to plug and play with some guys, and it didn't seem like they really missed a beat. Now, obviously, you want Deontay Lawson in there, and the sooner he can get back, the better. But you found out some more about some other guys in that front 7. Tim Keenan, I thought, took another step forward. It wasn't just the edge guys. This defense is so edge dependent, not just at outside linebacker, but at the corner spots. And even if you throw Malachi Moore in there at star, to get some guys on the interior of that defense playing at a high level was very encouraging too.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's go ahead and stay with the defense. We usually start out talking about offense, and of course, that remains the big topic. But we'll stay with the defense for now, for sure. Big night for big day, rather, for Dallas Turner. A couple of more sacks for him. He's had 4.5, I think, over his last 2 games. He was in the backfield constantly. A nice game for Chris Braswell as well, Travis. Hey, man.
Yeah.
it's going choppy. Why don't I try my phone hotspot and see if that does better?
Okay.
All right, man. I
That's good.
apologize.
All right.
I'll hit you.
Shoot me a link.
I think I'm going to send you a new invite, but I can do it quick.
Okay.